In no world is a butter chicken at the highest level better than a chicken tikka masala at the highest level. And I'm sorry.
A well-done chicken biryani is unbeatable.
If you want to talk about football, naan is your midfield.
Imagine if I came and I said, listen, I'm going to cook for you Indian food, and all I gave you was naan. And all I gave you was naan.
Over the years, my husband and brother-in-law, they've experienced a rich variety of Indian cuisine, whether from restaurants, homemade dishes, or in my husband's case, his time in Chennai. So today's video, they'll put their heads together, narrowing down a diverse selection of dishes to determine the ultimate top 10. To make sure both of their opinions carry weight, each person has one trump card, a game-changing move that allows them to either secure a dish in the top 10 or influence the final ranking. Once the 10 dishes are locked in, they'll rank them, ultimately revealing what they believe are the top 10 Indian foods on earth.
If you're Indian, chances are we're going to offend you, but as far as we are concerned, this list is canon. This is the best list, and if you don't like it, we're sorry.
To kick things off, the boys start with the non-negotiables that instantly head to the next round.
The non-negotiables.
Non-negotiables, naan.
Naan.
I feel like naan is like one of the goated bread foods there is. It goes with everything, and there's levels to it. There's butter naan, there's garlic naan. Like,
yeah,
it's the gift that keeps giving. And especially now how it ties into like the curries and other things we might discuss. Like, you can't not have naan on that list.
I completely agree. Naan it's elite. Something that we just have to agree moves forward is butter chicken.
I'm down with that.
Butter chicken has to be in the next one.
Fair. And I would even say, if you had butter chicken with naan.
That's even more amazing.
With two undisputed dishes making it into the top 10 already, it's clear the boys are off to a smooth start. But it wasn't too long before they reached their first roadblock.
One more, I think we should allow to just move through. Biryani. Specifically chicken biryani.
Now,
oh no,
I support biryani. I support biryani. Like it's a political stand. But my biryani exposure came from the Kenyan coast. So I feel like what I'm calling biryani might not qualify. Like it's still a goated dish for me. But I'm like, does it qualify as Indian biryani really? If so, I will still debate whether it goes through.
Okay.
I would like to put forward chicken curry. A good, proper chicken curry. For me, the last one I had, I think, was at Handy. It was a business meeting, but I wasn't focused on business. I just ate.
I agree chicken curry can be in the top 10. But chicken curry is not standard. Everyone has a different chicken curry. If I order a chicken curry in a restaurant, it's not going to be the same in another place. Some people use chicken curry that has a yogurt base in their chicken. Some people use coconut milk. Some people use heavy cream. There's not like one standard unified chicken curry. Just like the biryani thing, we can put them forward and then we can now have conversations around them.
But I'm sure this one we're on the same page. Chicken tikka masala.
Yeah.
So would you say that over chicken curry?
Okay, I'm sorry to get into this. Understanding the complexities of how curry is actually an imposter and how curry struggles with its identity. I am going to lean towards chicken tikka masala. Again, with some naan, guys.
Naan is everything.
As people can see, this is like research.
So far, there's only 3 dishes that have made it to the top 10, but the boys' research soon got into a good flow.
So do you agree that this has the potential to make it into the top 10?
I think so.
All
I think it was one of the nicer desserts.
And I think this is going to be my trump card. Masala dosa. Gyros masala dosa is one of the best things I've ever eaten. Chapati.
Now, again, I don't want to use only coastal chapatis
as your reference point.
To say chapatis are great.
It's sure okay. They are. Chapati, get out of here. Out.
Upma.
Upma is good and fight you there. Amma, thank you for putting us on. I think what makes upma such a great option is that you can have it sweet, you can have it savory, you can have upma with rice, you can have upma with dal, isn't it? Semolina.
Points for versatility.
Sambar is one of those things like stew in Nigeria. Everyone has a different approach to it. But the way Kalpa makes it, it's thick, it's spicy.
I'll take it.
Vada.
Oh, vada is great.
It's probably the closest thing to Nigerian food.
Two things this is making me realize. One, I've eaten more Indian food than I thought I had.
Yep.
Two, I've not eaten enough.
Yeah. I know you've not had it per se, but trust me when I
have to
tell
trust
you,
you.
like, pani puri is the best Indian snack. It's the most culinary elite thing, I think, out of India.
As your brother, I'll trust your opinion.
As more dishes begin to fill up on their list, they soon realized that the fate of two of their favorite dishes on hold had not yet been decided.
Oh my gosh, I'm realizing we have a problem. Chicken biryani is not yet here, and chicken curry. The two things that I thought should be here are not yet here. You do have a trump card that has not been used.
What are you thinking at this point?
A well done chicken biryani is unbeatable. It's a complete dish. You have your rice, it's flavorful, and you have chicken. I think chicken biryani is
Soul food.
It's soul food. It's a complete meal. In China, we basically use like almost nothing for the best chicken biryani that I've ever had. Comparing that with the chicken curry, I feel like some of the best chicken curries I've had can be the best thing and be the top 10. If you're talking about how like the global, how it spreads across and how people do it, there's not one unified way. But I feel like chicken biryani, the approach is basically the same. It's either you miss it or you get it.
I struggle here because I trusted you for pani puri. And as your brother, I'm going to believe, yeah, it deserves its slot there. But I can't trust you for two things like that. And like, not that I don't trust you, but it's like, we're staking so much. We're taking our entire reputation on this, man. Like,
That's true. This list is bigger than us.
this is a definitive
It's
list
bigger
that
than us, and
aliens will look back on and be like,
this is the top 10.
This is what they
I
said,
completely agree.
So we
I
need to
completely
do
agree.
it, do it
I
justice.
completely agree.
Maybe this is me making sure that our list is holistic. But I feel like we need to consider how great stuff like a mutton curry is in this situation. Because chicken is clearly holding it down. Like, I've had amazing prawn curries. I've had an amazing...
That's true.
Like, it's
That's
like we're
true.
really holding ourselves back here.
We need to move past the bird.
Past the bird.
All right, I'm with you on that. Okay.
In a bid to move past the bird, the boys need to agree on what final dish will be added to the top 10. And with Ola still with his unused trump card, he begins to feel the pressure of the moment.
The fate of this list is in your hands. The fate of this list. People are going to look back, and you're going to be the one they're going to be coming back to. You have to choose what else goes on this list.
With the stakes rising, the boys decide to take sambar off the list. With 2 slots now open and a determination to have more than chicken represented, we soon find ourselves discussing the C. What about fish curry then?
I feel like fish
I'm not
curry.
a fan of fish curries.
Yeah.
I feel like, and this is another video entirely, I'm willing to have a whole TED talk on this. Fish should only be grilled or fried. If you're doing it in stew, in curries, you've missed the point.
And that's all.
Sue me. Sue me. It should only be
All the
grilled or
Nigerian
fried.
aunties and Indian aunties are offended. But I agree. I feel like fish curry, it's not a top 10 dish. But a prawn curry
Represents the ocean well.
it represents the ocean a bit too well.
We already have taken to the skies clearly. That allows me to put a final suggestion.
Yeah.
We should have some mutton curry on this. And why I'm saying this is it allows for the land, the sea, and the birds all
To be
get
at
their
one.
representation.
All
You
right.
know? We gotta be just.
All right.
With these now locked in no particular order, we have the top 10 dishes in India, according to these 2 Niger boys.
Let's start from the bottom.
Let's start from the bottom.
Because I don't want to fight. We don't want to get emotional at the beginning.
All right, I think I will put upma downwards. And I'll explain why. You had the sugar one.
Love it.
Let's assume that all these dishes we're talking about are done in its best form that we've all taken. I think upma just doesn't have enough power against some of these other contenders.
You feel like it's like a specified craving, you know, almost.
It's very specified craving.
With the boys aligned, our upma is the first dish to be locked in the rank at number 10.
Before mutton curry, I want to put vada. And why I'm doing that is because I feel like, to me, it feels like a snack, a quick snack, movie snack, but it's in that snack category. And because some of these things can be a full-on meal, with due respect to vada and all that it brings to the palate, number 9.
We're going to put that at number 9. All right. I think mutton curry can stay in 8 as far as I am concerned. It looks nice there. It just looks nice there.
Mutton curry in 8. I'll agree because I can't see how it's going to put up a really strong argument against some of our other contenders.
I agree.
Mutton curry feels to me like in a basketball team is that great guy on your bench that he's not going to play every game.
But when he
comes in, you know it's going to
do something.
Very good minutes.
I agree.
Good productivity.
I completely agree.
A strong number 8 to me.
Strong number 8.
With 3 slots taken, they soon realized that this might not be as easy as they had thought.
Pani puri can stay. Pani puri is a really good one. I feel like maybe gulab jamun.
I'm sorry.
I don't know.
Gulab jamun do anything under top 6. I really apologize.
Just for the sake of this thing, I'll put the masala dosa. For me, masala dosa is a top 5 dish. It's a top 5 dish.
Again, this is
however
the video. I'll be tasting all the things.
Yeah, because however, it's going to be hard to really portray this thing and kind of give you a picture if you've not had it against some of these things that you've tasted. So I think for me, this is already a big win. The masala dosa is here. But if it's up to me, masala dosa is a top 3 dish.
I thought you just said top 5.
Who gets the number 6 spot?
Prawn curry. I think prawn curry, it's easier to say prawn curry than to jump to some of these other things. Let me tell you, the battle is at the top, and we know that's where we're headed.
So prawn curry is literally it's the number 1 of the top.
Yeah, think about it like that. Exactly.
Yeah,
so,
With those locked in, it's time for the boys to get into the hardest part of this exercise, determining the final top 5 dishes.
this is where it gets hard. Now listen, we have to make sure that in this last part, we are not just using emotion. Okay. We have to have like very, very, very valid, strong arguments. And let me just start by saying why naan cannot be number 1. Let me just start by saying that. Listen.
I didn't expect that.
Naan is amazing.
I'm just gonna leave the video.
Naan is goated, it's amazing, but think about this. You cannot eat naan on its own and be satisfied. When you take a naan, you'll be thinking about what do you want to eat with this naan. Yeah. Even if it's drenching in butter, you're having butter, it's amazing. It's great on its own, but it leaves you wanting it with something else. And that's what I'm saying here. When you have a naan, you want to have it with one of these other guys. And I think these other guys will have to be the top spots.
I'm going to have to use a sports analogy to deal with this. What's more valuable? The person who scores the goals or the person who assists the goals? Because that's how I see Nan. If you want to talk about football, Nan is your midfielder.
That means you're saying you're basically saying Rodri deserved the Ballon d'Or over Vinicius. Now let's use football.
Let's use basketball then. Nan is your point guard.
But your point guard
is dishing out all the assists, making everyone else on his team better.
Yeah, that's the purpose of Nan.
Which is why it should be the MVP.
It can never be the champion on its own. Imagine if I came and I said, listen, I'm going to cook for you Indian food, and all I gave you was naan. You'll be offended because it's like, what are we having with this? This is the thing. Pairs is a different conversation.
That'd be a different conversation.
But if it's on its own, you can never go to an Indian restaurant. Like if they just bring you the food, perfect one, they give you the naan, and then there's nothing else, and you take it home. You don't know where to start. That means you have to make a curry. But if they brought one of these curries, even if you had rice, it would be, or bread, exactly. You can do something with it, which is why I feel as good as naan is, it cannot take a higher spot than butter chicken or even chicken tikka masala.
I agree with that, but it needs to have a higher spot than gulab jamun. I understand your argument, but I'm still going to wager. If I had that piece of naan alone, it might not be as amazing as it would be with the curry, but it's good. It's soft, it's buttery. Some finesse to how naan is made.
Yeah.
And this might offend some people on the internet, but I'm going to use my trump card to secure its third spot. Because I'm going to accept, grudgingly, you need some help to make naan amazing. but I'm gonna secure its third spot. It
I'm
deserves
not
that.
mad about that. I'm not
You
mad
can't
about
have the way I see it is you can't have a podium without none being somewhere on the podium.
that. Got it.
So provided it's on the podium in the same way the podium is my plate. So provided it's somewhere there, we're good.
With Ola using his card to secure naan, the boys decide to put gulab jamun in 5th and pani puri in the 4th position. It's now time to see which dish reigns supreme.
Which brings us to the most controversial part. Butter chicken or chicken tikka masala?
In no world is a butter chicken at the highest level better than a chicken tikka masala at the highest level. And I'm sorry. Butter chicken at the average level defeats chicken tikka at the average level. That's understandable. But at the highest level, it's not even possible.
The boys continue to deliberate for ages. Hours dragged into days, seasons changed, yet they clung to their favorites. But then they realized this list was much bigger than them. And finally, they came to a conclusion.
Wow. Ladies and gentlemen, we present to you
The
top
definitive.
10 definitive best Indian foods.
This is literally the perfect thing to order. Our top 5, I dare say even just our top 3 is a perfect meal for
Actually, this is a perfect meal because if you have
one of you gets a chicken tikka
pani
masala.
puri as your appetizer, take your pani puri, and then you now have your naan with chicken tikka masala, butter chicken,
Boom.
and then to wrap up the meal, you now have gulab jamun
jamun.
as your dessert.
That's
I think that's a 10 out of 10 meal.
No problem with this list. Explain your issues,
Yeah.
but you're wrong.
You're wrong. I think at the end of the day, that's what we have to highlight. Like, we respect your opinion, but we won't take it. This is the list. Well done.
It was an honor. It was a
This
pleasure.
has been great. We have actually, I think this list needs to be published everywhere.
Honestly.
Like, this was hard work.
Yeah, I think if you guys feel there's some foods we didn't mention in our short list, let us know. We might consider it if we
Yeah.
didn't even. If we didn't consider it, it's worth considering.
Yeah.
I'd want more places to publish this list.
Yeah.
This is
We're
information
going to
that
start.
The world should have.
I really believe so as well.
And reading this list really makes me want to have some chicken tikka masala and naan.
I really think we should order chicken tikka masala and butter chicken. But anyway, thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you.
Thank you for your wisdom. This is great. I think a lot of people benefit from this list.
I agree.
And please like, subscribe, follow for more so we can do this a lot more. And I think if you like this series, let us know other things you'd like us to rank. Yeah, any last words?
I often describe myself as an eater, so it would be really great to showcase that on the channel as well.
And that is it, guys. Like, subscribe, click the notification bell. Thank you for watching, and we will do a lot more of these. See you guys soon. God bless. Peace.
Bye bye.
Grudgingly, I would have put butter chicken number 1, but I think with the understanding that a
fantastic
chicken
list.
tikka masala is basically done perfectly, it's richer, it's spicier, and it still taps into the goodness that comes from a butter chicken.
will.
I agree.
Can I pause?
Yeah. No problem.
Hi, babe. We're in the video. In fact, this is going to be part of the video now. You're back!
You're back.
You're back!
Do you want to say anything? No.
It's okay.
Okay.
Yeah? Yeah. 10.
We have
Are there
naan,
any honorable mentions that didn't make it into top 10?
chicken curry, and chicken biryani,
I
which
can't
is
believe that. I can't believe chicken biryani isn't.
that for me. It should be
That
there.
hurts my feeling.
But that's
That's-
because I've not tasted a proper chicken biryani. And it's like,
How is that our problem?